Coach Brian here with Cause Events from beautiful Otay Lake here in Chula Vista, California. What a great day for a ride. The hurricane's gone. Well, we got out of it. And here we are. It's nice day, nice lake. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is injuries. Those of us who've been in sports for very long have come across injuries. Either we've had them or have had friends that have had them. And the best way to recover from an injury is to not get one in the first place. That's usually the case. But eventually it's gonna catch up with us and we're gonna get hurt. And that's not always the fun part. It takes us out of the sport. It depresses us. We sit around, we eat, we watch TV, and we get fat. So what we want to avoid is injuries, and then the next part is to recover fast. Well, with most injuries, it's just you just have to deal with the rest ice, elevation, compression, or rest ice, compression, elevation, and the rest of it is just recovery. Now, the best way to recover is to follow doctor's instructions and have a good physical therapist who actually cares about your recovery, and that's going to speed along your recovery in an amazing fashion. Now, the next thing is it's going to take time, especially the older you get, a little older, a little longer, but you're going to have to follow directions and then ease back into it. And I don't mean, this week I'll take it off. Next week I'll do a half my regular activities, and then I'm going to pick it up a bit. No, what I mean is when you ease back into it, and sometimes I've had some injuries, and I've had friends who've had injuries that take you out for a year, and you're not in competition that whole time. So what you got to do is you've got to recover, and that means like a few months off of all of it, and then physical therapy, easing yourself into the gym, and then little by little stepping back into the sport. With triathlon, it means start with swim. I started with swim. I got my swimming back pretty easily. There was no impact. Then get on the bike, and little by little. And it was 6 months before the bike became easy. And as you can see, I'm on my bike today, and I'm still not doing long, hard rides. I think today's ride is going to be about 35 kilometers, and that's the longest I've done since December. So, and it's August, late August. So I'm easing back into it. Running, that's not going to happen until next year. So and the only reason why it's taken so long is because I want a good recovery, and I want you to have a good recovery. The only way to do it is follow your doctors and therapists' instructions. I got a call with my therapist this afternoon. She's going to assess how I'm recovering, if I need to come in for any more work, but she's going to be pleased because I'm not in pain. And that's the first time in a long time. So what I want you to do is remember, ice it. Even after this, I'll probably ice a little bit, and then I'm just going to take my time and recover nicely. All right, well, that's it for today out here, and I'm going to ride home and get a protein drink. All right, bye.